Come on. We're live on YouTube.
No, we're not.
Wow. All
We're
these
live
months
on
I got
YouTube?
rusty.
We're live.
We're live on YouTube. Slayer Radio on YouTube for the Facebook listeners.
Get
and
the
now,
fuck out of here. What's up? My first time ever being, I don't know, publicly notified.
But now we got to do the recorded, professional, clean-cut episode, which could be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and everywhere.
What's that mean, though?
Podcast.
Can I not say fuck?
No, it just means if you go to those places and you listen to it like a radio show and you listen to it without the video, you're going to get the cold open that you didn't see when we were trying to get this shit together but couldn't. So there's some sound there. Then the opening song. And then there's the part where I say, welcome to The Slant. I'm Sal Coldonado, joined once again by Chris Brooks.
What's up? I love the slant.
We couldn't play the Rocky clip. We
Why
had
not?
trouble with that. Well, we probably could, but it was really low, right?
It was background, but why do you feel like we couldn't play it?
Because when we tried to listen to it, it sounded really low on the recording.
Oh, I thought you were talking about like there was, I don't know, some kind of payback or royalties that you could have paid.
Well, we've been trying to get this going for like the last 45 minutes, and now
That's
it's
fun.
going. We're live on YouTube at Slant
Are we?
Radio. Yeah.
We're fucking live.
Yeah. Noticed you have an Instagram, Brooks517. Did you even see that I plugged last week's episode with you on that?
I actually have 2 Instagram accounts.
What's the other one?
I don't know. I'm on the one I have is like the shittiest one, and my son always posts shit, and I don't.
We don't want your son's account.
No,
That
no,
can't go
no, no. What I'm saying is, I don't have. There's 2 different accounts. One account is like account that I know of, and I actually look at a couple times.
Is that
The other ca-
Brooks
the-
517?
I couldn't tell you. The other account, I don't post shit. I don't look at shit.
You took the time to make an Instagram.
No,
You have to
time
come
out.
up with
I took the time
login,
twice.
Yeah,
Twice. I
Well,
made
one of them
2
you-
different accounts, and I couldn't tell you right now which one actually I look at.
You took the time on one of them to post a picture with you and your cuddle buddy, the late Mrs. Brooks, right?
Yeah,
Which one was that?
I couldn't tell you. I have no idea.
Oh, man.
I
I think your cuddle buddy's going to have to manage your Instagram. You need a social media manager.
It's my cuddle buddy.
Well, you see how hard this shit is. I'm trying to manage the
Oh, no,
YouTube, the Twitter. It drives me nuts.
Listen,
I got to be talent and a producer? It's rough.
and now you have to be good looking. You
No,
didn't
it's
do
your
your
job.
hair. We're on fucking live feed.
You know what I love is that you're live right now, covered in fucking paint.
I don't care.
Hey, look at your hands.
The world has to hear this. I actually got a high fives from Sal's son with these hands, with actually this hand. And for me, it was his first high five. for
First
me.
high five.
I don't know if it was his first high five ever, but it was his first high five. And for me, it was pretty cool.
I've been trying to get high fives all week. You come over covered in fucking paint, drinking my wife's alcohol, getting high fives from my son. Why don't you sit on my couch, drink my beer, fuck my daughter when she's born, enjoy my Netflix account?
As I'm doggy style on your dog.
You know, when it's podcast day, you know, you've worked with me in high situations, dangerous situations.
Very dangerous.
I get a bit. I
Little
like to say.
antsy?
I like to say expeditious.
I think you should put down one more. Just put one piece down.
I need a fresh piece of nicotine gum.
You just put one in your mouth.
I do too. What do you think? I
Never
go,
do too.
I go hard,
Sally
Chris.
Boombots.
I go hard.
Oh,
But anyway, you came in, and I'm trying now since you were a little later than I thought you'd
anybody
be.
want to see?
You gonna do it like that? Don't spill it on my rug. This rug came with this house.
Never
I haven't
spilled beer.
changed it.
Never spilled
You
beer.
never spilled a beer. You not once ever spilled a beer.
By accident? Yeah. An elbow to a beer?
That would have been an accident.
No, I'm opening a beer. Never spilled the beer while opening it.
With the hammer claw from the dollar store.
You want beer?
No, I'm
It's
sober.
open. Yeah, it's clean. I'm bending down to pick up the cap.
And what are you gonna do while you're down there? Lick my fucking leather Cheerio.
No. It's definitely not leather. It's moist. It's like
sponge cake.
it's like it's not a sponge cake. It's like a sausage bag from like, the apartment buildings where they tie up they do sausage bags.
What the fuck is a sausage bag? What
You
apartment?
don't know what a sausage bag is?
No, I grew up white. I don't know what apartment you grew up in with a fucking sausage bag.
So a sausage bag is if you lived in the projects, you live in just an apartment building. You have a trash chute, so the trash goes down, and then it goes into a compactor. And the compactor, the only reason why I know this is because I worked any single job that would give me money.
That the
I
super
worked.
would give me.
Yeah, super. It doesn't matter. I work any job. I still work any job.
I noticed.
Yeah, last week I was
did
doing
great on
crown
my gutters.
molding. This week I'm pulling weeds. It doesn't matter.
All right, so what the fuck is a sausage bag? Tell me, Chris Brooks, and your personal opinion, what is a sausage bag?
This sausage bag, it goes down, goes into a compactor. The compactor then pushes it out, and you have a bag. And the bag, it pushes out to certain 3 feet. At one end, it's a tie. It's a not 9-wire that you would know from what is it?
Construction? Is that the word you're searching for? So hardly.
From the ironworkers, not ironworkers. The ladders.
Iron
ladders.
Whatever.
Yeah, ironworkers.
Ex-convict.
It's two
Got
different
it.
fucking worlds. It's not 9-wire, but it's
Tie wire.
Tie wire. You tie one end, and as the compactor pushes that trash out, it comes in there.
Yeah.
That you already tied. It's tied like a sausage because you took a handful of plastic bag, and you tied wire that. And now when it goes 3 feet, you cut it off
You tie the other end.
and tie the other.
Oh,
end.
and let me
Now
guess. So
it's a
then
sausage
you
bag.
pick it up, and you turn around, and you'll whack an old woman in the face with it.
You can do that.
It'll go boom. That's the noise it makes when it breaks.
Or if it's like my grandmother, you just shove that in her vagina. She's a sausage bag fucking.
So is it only for sausage, or you just call it that because of the shape? Every garbage goes in there.
It's every garbage, but it's when it comes out of that building, it's in the sausage bag.
So all the garbage
It's the
from
same way
projects.
sausage and hot dogs are made.
So all the garbage from the projects or any apartment building goes down
Any
the chute
problem goes down the chute.
to the sausage machine.
Yeah.
And it makes all your garbage into sausage.
Yeah, it's compressed, condensed.
You feed it to the homeless.
Probably should. Think about that. How many times have you gone out with your wife and you sat there and you're like, yeah, I'm not eating this. You take the shit home, it's sitting in your fridge, and you never eat it.
I never
Especially if it's fish.
get 2
I'm
days
not
out.
a big fan of leftover fish.
No?
Not a big fan of it.
Is that what you called married vagina?
Maybe. That's period days though.
So I throw it in the garbage when I'm done with it. Leftover fish.
No,
I tell
but think-
myself this is what happens. I always get leftover fish from whatever place I'm eating at, and I say I promise I will eat this in the next 2 days before I have to throw it out. 4 days later, I go, fuck, that was a waste.
4 days later
Yeah, I'll stretch the extra 3 days
on fish.
on a little pesci, a little Joe Pesci sauce,
No.
on a little amastafagol.
You got pasta fazool over there.
So what does that have to do with the sausage bags, the leftover fish?
Oh no, it has nothing to do with anything.
You're still working on them. I thought today before this started, as if I didn't have enough problems getting this going today, I should screw that into the table. I was like, nah, it'll be fine. Chris won't have any issues today.
No, this is fucking terrible. Terrible.
So if you guys hear a little background noise, if the audio is not so clean, like when it's day
But if you
two,
can see this shit,
you haven't showered yet, you're on day 2, your 24-hour deodorant is worn off, your balls smell like onions. If the audio is
No, it's
not clean, onions.
armpits smell like onions. Your balls smell like
Let me
it's
get
like
into that.
feta cheese and Parmesan cheese mixed with
Maybe that's your brand. But if the audio is not so clean, we have to have the air conditioner on up here. It is apparently we're in a heat wave. It's the hottest this year, and there's power outages all over. The west side of New York was out the other night. You saw that?
what? Madison Square Garden.
Times Square, black.
Yeah, J Lo's concert.
That's what blew it?
No,
No, it was Def Jam. Duh. It was Times Square in 1980s. pre-Giuliani Times Square. You were looking at an old photo. Sal.
Where's
It's fake news.
David Dinkins? Give me him back now.
I wish I was
De
older.
Blasio. Oh my God.
During David Dinkins, I wish I was older to experience the first black mayor of New York. He was the first, right?
Oh,
David Dinkins.
don't ever talk politics with me because I have no idea.
All right. Well, I just remember I was a kid and he was mayor. I
Oh.
didn't notice a difference in anything. But
I
everybody
don't
says,
know. Like, I don't know. You're talking to me like I know these things. I
You're
don't know
4
these
years
things.
older than me.
It doesn't
you should
matter.
know these things.
I barely read. I barely speak English. This guy.
This guy. Where the fuck
This
were
guy.
we? What were we talking about? Oh, yeah. Honestly,
Sausage bags and
after-
leftovers.
Listen, I don't want to be like the lewd show, but after a long day, my balls smell like onions. Like when I'm getting in the shower and I remove the undergarments, smell like onions. Now I went to the gym yesterday. It was 24 hours
I
since
can
my
see.
last shower.
You look buff.
Holy swole.
You're holy swole. Whoa. Is that a Captain America Jr.?
Captain America Jr.
He actually has a tattoo, people. If you didn't see that.
There's more to this tattoo than meets the eye. We'll get into it another time. But my oh my god, Mike Bichetti joined. Michael Jacob. I was trying to tell you about him before. He was my work wife when I was doing Build It Back, and I used to tell him stories about you, Chris Brooks.
Did you?
I used to say you're my Chris Brooks for now. Like you're filling in for Chris Brooks. He's a great guy. He's another residential.
Wait, I
couple.
have to know this.
Yeah.
And tell me now, as we're live and on air, I want to know for a fact. Was that your first work wife, or are you? Am I like? Were you divorced and then you like you were single as far as a work?
Well, I'm gonna
work
give a shout
husband,
out to
like you were
Rodney
single?
Worth. I told you about him before. I guess I talked about everybody.
Oh.
And Rodney Worth. He was the one that said I was a good interviewer. And John Winchester joined. Hi, guys. Thanks for watching. Anyway, I had a lot of partners, as I'm sure you have. You were the
Yeah.
first one I would call like a work wife, like a best friend at work. We always had to be together.
I'm not gonna lie, like meeting you and hanging out with you. And I called it hanging out. We were making money, but I called it hanging out because we were sitting there. I simply enjoyed my time. I enjoyed working with you. It was
Thank
like
you.
everything was just copacetic. Everything just went well. It was fine.
You hear that, Tony? Lisa, we're gay.
Only on the weekends.
It wouldn't be the slant if Sal didn't mention his balls. Yeah, I guess John Winchester's right. He's right. You always think you're going to get away from talking about your balls, maybe have a couple kids, get a mortgage, and you're right back to talking about your on your knees
and
sour
I'm still
balls.
sucking a dick. Yeah.
You know when you call somebody your work wife? When you're on to the next job and you're in a new love tryst with your work partner and you're telling him about your last work partner and how great your times were together.
And I'm trying to hold back my feelings and my emotions.
Well, we didn't know we'd end up back together on that
Oh, no.
furniture job.
Definitely did not know. But I was nervous being on the bridge. My first union job, like real union job.
And then here I come. Remember I used to
And it
wear
was
those
like
tight
you
shirts?
came and it was like, oh, it's this simple. I could just sit here and do this. I can sit here, bust balls and laugh, and you're gonna turn around. You can do the same thing, and we sat there for fucking what 2-3 days.
And we would start at
Beef.
7 a.m. So that means that
Yeah.
we were busting balls early. But even if you're not supposed to bust balls, it's just something I can't be at work, especially when the work's mindless, and not just run my fucking suck.
For anybody in America, words from me: you work 90% of your life. You work 90% of your life. So at that point in time, at your job, if you could sit there and enjoy your life while you're working, do it. And
Do
if
it.
some asshole has to sit there and separate you because you guys are having too much fun and he's that miserable, then so be it.
At
But
the end
other
of
than
the-
that, is my
know what
work, our work was getting done. Never cared.
never cared.
I don't
People
give a
driving
fuck.
that bridge, we don't care if they fall to their deaths.
That bridge is made of concrete. I wouldn't drive over that bridge.
If I'm gonna die anyway, I'm on this planet
Nah,
for 3
me-
seconds. 3 seconds. That's what it's like. It's like 3 seconds. I was 8 years old 3 seconds ago, right?
Well, you,
It feels like it.
I don't
3
know.
seconds.
That priest said it was. The priest said it was
I
a
got
whole lot longer than that.
this Saturday. Little baby Carter is going to
Oh.
get baptized.
My high five, man.
So you remember when did you baptize your son?
Yes.
Like personally, like you held him down in the river and
No, I sent in somebody else. I sent in his stepdad. I have enough issues with that shit.
well. So we're like, we gotta get him baptized. He's 10 months old now, and people are like, why did you wait so long? I'm like, this isn't 1920. Like, if something, God forbid, happened, I really don't think God's like, well, you didn't get the water.
Is there a God?
Just go straight to hell.
We can take this whole fucking conversation somewhere else.
We're not going there. But the thing is, the priest was like, you got to take a class.
You take this dirty water that people dip their hands in, do this, let
me rub it on your son's head.
I'm going to rub it on your son's head.
But
then I've been watching videos. They might be able to pull one up.
Did you take the class when you got Brooklyn? When you got married, you had to take a class, like the pre-Cana, they call it?
Yeah.
All right, well, for the baptism, he's like, you got to take another class. I was like, I'm not spending any more money.
Take another class for what? To know your son? Your son can't speak.
They don't get a choice anymore, I don't think. After what they did with kids.
It's like, oh, you're not compatible with your son. What are you going to do?
I don't know.
It's like, yo, there's a family behind me this is his 7th kid with his 3rd wife. That's okay? It's okay. My first kid. This is my only wife.
But why do they want more money to get him into their cult?
Here's the problem. Here's the problem. They see you as a target. And that's what I hate. You're a target. You know why?
Why?
Because you have one wife, one child.
There's
a family. There's a family behind you. They're sitting there with 7 kids, 3 different baby moms, and they're sitting there like, "Oh, it's a 3rd time." It's like, "Oh, you know what? Hey, you actually bottle some of the water. We gotta drink that."
I don't think they take them like that though, because my friends, they're not legal. They're legally married. They're not married in the church. They brought the kid to get baptized, and apparently they got shamed, straight out shamed. You're gonna go to hell. You're living out of wedlock. And I was like, at any point, do you turn around and go, but you fuck kids. You fuck kids.
You swallow little loads.
Like it's a worldwide problem. Everybody knows now. So when I'm coming through your door with my kid and saying I want to bring him into the cult, you don't get to go, yeah, well, you got to pay me. No. You got to pay me. I'm essentially risking sex trafficking my kid to you. I don't pay you shit. You should be grateful I even
I'm giving you little buttholes, and you're telling me I have to pay for this?
I have a bag of little buttholes here. But seriously,
my son went for his confirmation, and it was done in where his mother lives, which is fine. I didn't care. There's nothing wrong with that. But it was like when
a pedophile in Jersey is a pedophile in
exactly. You're a pedophile. You're a pedophile. You suck one dick. I mean, we built bridges, but if I suck one dick right now, I'm a dick sucker. Doesn't matter.
Doesn't ever go away?
No.
Not even after like 20 years?
It's like, oh, he built a bridge and he sucks dick. So it's like, you're pretty, I don't know, you're pretty handy right now. Like you're pretty much on top. I don't know. But so my son sits there and he goes for confirmation.
Okay. They're confirming.
I don't know what the fuck they're confirming, but they're confirming. Shit that I confirmed, and I'm like,
this
didn't help me in any way, shape, or form. Never helped me. It helped me just give money out, and that's fine, whatever. And
that's how you get
hope and wells and beliefs and all that. That's fine. No one ever came back from the dead and was like, yo, Jesus is the coolest motherfucker. No one ever said that. You know why?
Yeah.
Because they're dead.
No, Jesus came back from the dead and said, I'm the coolest motherfucker. Take all the money. Yeah.
Oh, he did.
Yeah.
That's right. My bad. We're going to tell a story right now. I'm going to die. I'm going to come back. I'm going to tell a story. And then I'm going to write a book and everyone's going to believe it. And I'm going to just build these random fucking houses that people will just come to and just hand me fucking money. And you're going to put your kid and you're going to bury him underwater for no fucking reason.
You bury him underwater. You don't bury him underwater. You pour a little bit on their head.
The shit I've been seeing on YouTube, it's people are fucking dropping kids in like puddles.
If they come back up to save.
It's like, oh, you're on Highland Boulevard? Yeah, there's a pothole right there filled with porter. You're blessed.
Listen, 2.5 rosé ciders in. You fucked up? Fucked up, Chris?
No.
Listen, I think you should have a bottle of porter. I got a bottle of Stop and Shop porter right there.
It's been sitting up here forever.
Honestly, it has. Since
I know. I drank the other one last time I was here. At least
October. They're sealed, though. They've gone through all sorts of weather conditions.
The BPA on that, it's definitely coming through.
But the confirmation, it's funny, too, because they're confirming after all that time and putting them through the product, they're confirming that the Holy Spirit is in you. That's the end.
Clip. I get it.
End scene.
But my son...
it's not the end.
My son was going for it, and he had to go into his little confession booth. But it wasn't like a separate confession booth. It was like a closet door that was like built out. It wasn't. There was no like priest sits on one side, I sit on the other side. No.
I'm listening.
So I'm watching, and I look at my son. I'm like, hold on. I grab him by the arm. I'm like, you're not going in there.
Into the confessional.
I'm like,
Why not? It's a rite of passage for a boy.
no.
That's how you come of age.
No.
Well, the test video, it actually went up when I didn't want it to, and it received some comments. Somebody just said it worked. I got to get rid of this video. How do you get rid of it? Oh, boy.
You fucking delete it.
I'm trying.
So my son goes in there and attempts to go in there, and I grab him by his arm. I'm like, you're not going there. The priest looks at me. He's like, no, he goes in.
Not without me.
I'm like, you're not going in. I was like, there's one door. There's no separation. There's no partition. There's nothing. So I'm like, you're not going inside that room, door locked. I don't care how many boys just went inside. Boys, girls, didn't matter. I'm like, you're not going inside. My son looks at me. He's like,
so you're causing a whole scene? Confirmation. Like
I never, listen, I didn't cause a scene.
You got family there.
Yeah, listen, there's people, listen, here's my problem. There's people online.
Behind you.
Yeah. Like,
fresh young boys.
I just bought a fucking $500 suit, and you're telling me, like, I'm sitting there online. Like, I just said, wait.
And the priest.
You're going to sit there. You tell me the priest can sit there with my son in a room? One room? There's no partition? It's just you in the closet with my son? Yeah, it's no problem. You can send them in.
So
door stays open.
Let me walk you through this. Delete. The test video is gone. All right. So it's confirmation, not confession. So he's already done confession since the 2nd grade. He's now in the 7th grade. So we're 5 years later of him going through confessions without you.
Yeah.
And it's okay. Now he gets there. He's got to go to confession before he's confirmed, I assume. You stand up and you say,
I didn't
sir,
stand
not
up.
today.
No,
you did this from a seated position.
I stood up. I walked to my son. We were in line. We were like fucking. It was like a slaughterhouse. You had to go into that booth. I was like number 17 in line.
And now they get
I'm
up.
sitting there with my son, and I'm like, if there's no partition in there, you're not going.
So
I don't like
was he next, or you were just having this talk? Was he next to go in when you came up with this, or was this while you're waiting?
Oh no, we were like 4 or 5 deep when I started telling him.
Oh, so you just thought
this is what's like. If there's no partition, because it was a built out, like, picture your wall right now, like just picture a wall, and then someone built out a closet.
I know what a confessional looks like. I've spent some time in them. I've told my dirtiest secrets to some.
Were you separated though from the priest?
99% of the time.
This wasn't. This was a closet that you walked in and you sat with my son, and that doesn't happen. I'm sorry.
One day they did tell us, you do have a choice to go face to face with the priest. And as I got older, I kind of preferred it.
Because face to face?
Yeah, because you're
like
gonna
face the dick.
You're gonna look me in the eye when you take my innocence. You're never gonna forget these eyes.
Yeah. So
the priest is in there.
I want to watch you suck my dick.
The priest is in there taking these children in. He's behind it. He's not behind anything. So he's in the room. One goes out, and there's that like 5 seconds of anticipation when the next one's coming. He's just throbbing, and you're in line. Were you looking at other parents like, you're gonna let him go in there? You're gonna let the kid? There's no partition. You're gonna let him go in there?
And that's the problem. I was that parent that turned around and was like, that's not happening. That's my son. You're not going. There's no partition. There's no. Oh yeah, and on top of that, it was just like the guy didn't even look like a priest.
What if there was what did he look like? what is a priest? What did he look like? My mom would say gay. She used to see priests. I went to a Catholic school.
Your mom used to say gay?
Yeah, like the one Pete. No, I went to the Catholic school.
He was Indian. He was an Indian guy. It was like,
oh, they don't got much choice. It's either that.
What do you mean?
Well, they could have gone to tech. That's a big.
I don't know, but I was in like I'm where my son lives, and it's I don't know. I wasn't comfortable. It's my son. I was sitting there. My ex-wife sitting in the pew where the parents were sitting, and only one parent could sit there and go to the confession booth. And my son chose me, and we sat there and we went, and I'm in fucking suit and tie, and I'm sitting there, and we're standing, we're in line, and I'm sitting there. I'm like, I was like fucking Lion King. Like, you're sitting there going to the end of the rock, like what's going on here? It's so like, no, No, like I can't do this. It's way too.
So you stopped it from happening?
I didn't stop happening. My son went in.
Did you embarrass your son and go in with him? He's like
My
12
son looked
now.
at me. My son was not sitting there. He wasn't shocked. He was like, "Yeah." Looked at me like it made sense. He went in the confession booth.
And then what did you do?
The door was open. This guy was going there, kid after kid, and closing this door.
You have to.
That's fine. There's no partition, though. You're not
Nobody-
understanding. I'm not going to put you
Were they supposed
with my son. I don't care. You can wear whatever you want to wear. Wear whatever you. Black Panther, Captain fucking America. You wear whatever fucking uniform you want to wear. Whatever fucking thing you want to wear. Fine by me. I don't care. Just because you put it on in church and there's a cross around your neck.
Yeah.
And you want to go into a confession booth, and this is what you want to call it, a confession.
Lisa said, I'm digging the camera angle, you guys. Oh, my brother's here. Michael Caldonado, what's up? What's up, buddy? All right.
So he went in, he confessed, but the door was open.
So the other line of potential sex victims all got to hear his confession.
They didn't hear shit.
With the door, what did he whisper? He needed no partition then. He needed to get up
How
close.
loud do you talk when you confess something? If you murdered somebody,
How loud?
If you murdered a cat by accident,
Yeah.
or on purpose, knowing you, probably on purpose.
No, never.
That's fine. I did one.
Only by accident. I didn't do one. I didn't do a mark on a cat. I just couldn't do it. I have a heart.
But you don't confess. You're like, hey, Father Carmine. I know he's Father Carmine for that guy right there.
You know,
Rocky.
You know how loud I talk.
Yes.
And normal. My wife's constantly telling me to tone it down a notch. I was very loud in confession. People definitely heard with the door closed. So
Time out. Did Jesus hear you?
I don't think Jesus ever hears me. Like
Jesus don't exist.
He existed. It's in the books. I don't know if it's what
his representatives are very.
Oh yeah. I mean, if you left Earth and then 200, maybe was it 20 or 100 years from now, somebody picked up like, I'm going to write about Chris Brooks. I think their memories would be a little fuzzy too. A little bit fuzzy.
Who does that? Why would you write about me?
Dude, it's medieval Middle East. What else are you going to do? Your options are get a toe infection and die.
In 4 days, no less.
In 4 days. There's always sun.
It's not like you have Neosporin back in the day.
No Neosporin.
It was like straight up. You didn't have a shower? How the fuck you shower?
They didn't shower. They hated showers.
You had all this time, and what you did was make up a story about a guy who never
That's all
existed.
they had. That's all they had.
So instead of looking for food and a place to live and how to build, you made up a story about a guy who doesn't exist. I never listen. Everyone sits there and it's like, oh, when I die, I can't wait to go to heaven. None of us go to heaven.
Well, you don't know that.
Do you know that?
No, I don't. That's why I don't make declarative statements that where we're going after we die. I have hopes. I have high hopes.
And what's your high hopes? Is there something better than heaven? Because apparently, if you're not going to heaven,
what's
your high hopes?
Let me
hear this. Let me hear this.
I'm trying to tell you.
No, let me hear.
I need you to just crank it back. This is my high hope that we just don't cease to exist. That there's I can continue on, like that. It just doesn't go black, and there's a level of consciousness still somewhere. I'm still something, being something. Not like an animal though. I don't want to reincarnate and be a deer, wait for some fucking hillbilly to come shoot me. I want to just think and see and feel and love, Chris. I want to love.
You're so full of shit.
I don't want to die. All right. I don't want to die. I hope my kid's not sleeping. I'm screaming. Oh, Lenny Caravella joined. This is some blast from the fucking past here. I don't remember this much activity.
Are you fucking kidding me? You want to come back as a tree?
No. You want to be a fucking tree?
You want to be We want to be pine? We want to be oak? What do you want? Red oak like in California?
This
I don't know.
motherfucker wants to be a tree.
Oh no, he passes. He's just gonna be a germaphobe.
Slurring a little bit. You said that you couldn't get drunk off that. I don't believe you. Long day in the sun, Chris.
No, it was a stressful day.
Trying to have coherent conversation, A/B type shit. You do that still?
Yeah.
And there you are.
I'm sweating. It's too hot. You have this air conditioner on.
The air conditioner's on 6. I'm freezing. I'm in direct line of this air conditioner. I am freezing.
Tony, you could tell him and explain.
I don't want to hear from her. No disrespect, Mrs. Brooks. My wife is of your species. 90 degrees, they're cold. They're always cold, no matter what. So one day I had a proposition. I take you to Antarctica, and I watch you burn to death.
What, a magnifying glass? How you? That's
I don't know. She's freezing and it's 90 degrees. Maybe if I took her somewhere cold.
Jump off this.
Priests. Yeah. We have a good priest. The priest that married us is baptizing our child, and he's coming over to the party afterwards. Good guy. He said a thing. What?
Is he doing free like baptisms? Like what's he doing?
Yeah.
Why is he free?
Kind of. Because there's a OLPH, Our Lady of Perpetual Help. Upstairs church is the big cathedral where we got married, and downstairs is a smaller church, and they have a lot of Asian and Spanish masses there.
Two churches in one.
2 in 1. We go big.
Lucrative.
So
Good.
he said, when I'm getting your baptism in, it's gonna be at the end of the Spanish baptisms. I guess they're different. I thought he meant Spanish people.
Quinceañera.
Yeah. So he's like, we'll do it upstairs in the big church. It's a private thing. There's maybe 5 people in this huge church. And we said, why don't you come over for some catered food? Old school Irish guy. He doesn't know we didn't take the class. We just never mentioned it again. He never brought it up again. So we're hoping when we get there, he doesn't turn us away. He's going to send it back.
Oh, my God.
Or you never know. In 12 years from now at the confirmation, he may no partition. I try to stop my son. He's like, I did you a favor. And then I got to let him go.
I got to suck his dick right now.
Who, the priest?
Not you, Carter.
Oh, we can't go to Carter.
That's what I'm saying.
So that's why I got to stop him from going into professional. Okay. But do you think the priest is like, why aren't you shutting the door? My dad said
It wasn't happening. It would never happen.
Were you just there by the door going, because it's not happening?
It's not my church. It was in Kearney. It had nothing to do with anything.
Your wife? It's your wife's church. Well, the ex's.
My ex-wife.
Your ex-wife's church. She knew.
It's not her church.
Why did you guys pick this church? Just roll the dice?
It's what she's married to. She's married over there. It's not me. She married and she moved over there. It's not Brooklyn's church.
It's not Brooklyn's Chris's son. It's not like actually Brooklyn. It took me a year to figure it out. It's not his
church. Not like where he got baptized. No, hell no. He got baptized in like Manalapan.
So if it was his church, you would have let him shut the door?
Absolutely not.
So what are we arguing about here? You wouldn't let him. Nobody's shutting any doors.
You're not shutting a door with a kid that's younger than
12. He's 12.
It's just not happening. It's just you're not shutting a door.
I've shut so many. I've been to confession so many times behind closed doors.
You might have herpes. Father Carmine has herpes.
Well, what would you say if I said I might have herpes? You would say it's not
herpes if it's everywhere.
Yeah, that's how I live my life. So I went to the Catholic high school with Pete Davidson. You know Pete Davidson, Saturday Night Live, yeah whatever. We saw him together at PNC Bank Arts Center.
Yeah,
back when Tracy Morgan made his debut and bombed. Do you remember him bombing? You top of the world.
So bad.
So much dick. I saw him sweating up
Tracy
there.
Morgan, I do love you though. You are funny.
You
OG, the last OG, good show.
You barely survived. It was your first time back. But anyway, Pete Davidson. Anyway, so I went to that high school years before Pete Davidson did. And I just remember going through this. The priest that he called out, who is the principal now, I think, Father Riley. He said all this. Father Riley did all this crazy shit, which I believe. But I remember the first time my mom saw him, he came out of a door and she was like, "Oh, he's gay." That was her thing with priests. They're gay.
Your mother?
My mother, yeah, said that about the priest. So there was a priest.
Are they not though? Like,
I don't know. They're not allowed to be anything.
What's your rules as being a priest?
Just don't fuck anything.
Okay, then
wear black.
Anything?
Don't fuck nothing.
You can't fuck anything.
The difference between Johnny Cash and a priest.
I love Johnny Cash.
Right, the man in black. They both wear black. Priest wear black. Don't fuck anything. That's the difference. That's the only difference.
So Johnny Cash is like Jesus? Is that what we're going?
No, Johnny Cash will fuck things. That's why he wears black and fucks things. That's why he's not a priest.
Yeah, that's why I picture that as my baby Jesus.
Is Johnny Cash.
Johnny Cash.
Start a new church. No doors in the whole joint.
No.
Hinges, no doors.
I'm already handing you money. Why do I have to confess something? Why do I have to be so particular about what I did?
Well, that's what a lot of other religions would argue, and that's why you have so many sects of
Listen, I sat there and I banged a raccoon. I caught it in a trap, and I sat there. It's my freaky little thing. Why do you have to know this?
Because it's a sin.
And why do you have to be separated? That's the problem. Why are you separated? Why is the whole? Why did I confess to you through a separation?
Because you want them to be separated.
Remember Bronx Sale? No, remember Bronx Sale?
Sure, I remember the movie. When? What about
when
it?
He confessed, and he's like, "My guy's bigger down here but your guy's bigger up there.
I don't remember the scene.
You don't remember that? He's in the convention booth, and there's a partition with the screen,
Yeah, that mesh screen.
Mesh screen.
Hmm.
And he just witnessed the murder. He's like, the father turned around and was like, 5 Hail Marys for that. He's like,
He was scared of son.
that's it for a murder rep? He's like, that's it for a murder rep? And he ran out.
Yeah, but I don't think that would really go like that.
Just,
In real life.
In real life.
Yeah,
that's
not in Bronx life.
No,
Bronx Tale life.
In real life, that's what you do. You confess.
No, yeah, but they tell you, this is what they taught us, was that...
Here's my problem. You're already...
Can I finish what I was gonna say?
You're already brainwashed.
Well, what I'm saying, I'm not saying that they're right. What I'm saying is the doctrine that I was taught in Catholic high school and religious study was...
Oh, you went to Catholic high school?
Did I not just tell you I went to the same Catholic high school as Pete Davidson? How many rosés have you had?
I don't know Catholic high schools. I know public schools. That's it.
But I just said it. I went to Catholic high school.
I don't.
10 minutes later.
What school? What school?
St. Joseph by the Sea.
There you go. If you said by the sea, then I would know that.
Because it's by the sea?
Because
that's your
my stepson.
That's your azimuth?
No, my son.
Oh, the
plays,
sea?
My stepson plays there.
Oh, does he?
Yeah,
that's the school
basketball. That's what I'm saying.
That's the school.
I know by that. I don't know
I know about basketball. That's the school that Pete Davidson went to.
Okay.
And Mike Bichetti, who I think was watching a moment ago. Anyway, they taught if you confess to murder or something like that, they'll be like, all right, you only get forgiven. You got to truly be sorry, and you have to go to the police and run tell that. You get what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah.
That's what really happened. I don't know what they did in the Bronx Tale. Nobody's gonna say 5 Hail Marys and be like, you murdered somebody. I'm not allowed to.
I don't know. Listen, in the movie, that's the movie.
Yeah, it's the
But
movie.
if you
Your
actually
eyes are
murdered,
so
listen,
squinty.
if you
were drunk off 2.5 rosé.
If you went to
ciders.
Joseph by the Sea, you'd be like, yeah, I murdered somebody. You wouldn't confess to nobody.
You might not confess, but if you did,
you wouldn't.
They're not allowed, like a lawyer, they're not allowed to tell the authorities, but they would tell you if you want your forgiveness to not burn in hell, you got to go tell the police yourself. That's what they would say. That's all I'm saying.
And
Cider boy.
You just walk out.
Well, what are you going to continue to sit there in awkward silence, staring deeply into the priest's eyes?
That's my point.
What the fuck is your point? It just went way over my head. That's my point. Is it? Next episode, we're stopping here 2 beers. I get it's been a long day.
I'm not even done with this one.
Oh, yeah, I know you're going to finish it.
That?
Yeah.
Maybe.
I sniffed it the other day. Did you know I can't drink it? Lisa opened it, and before I handed it, I stopped, and I brought it to my nose, and I went... and I gave it to her, and she didn't flinch. It's like I had to smell it. I don't know. It smelled like a beer.
You like the priest?
Yeah.
Smelling the dick.
I never touched that boy.
Nope. I know whose father is. I will just smell the dick, and I will just not touch it.
Father Schnoz. But the pedophile priest, you said the guy was Indian. I picture like a pedophile priest to be like an old crotchety white man.
But here's the thing. I don't know if he was pedophile. I'm not going to take the chance. I don't appreciate that. Like it's like me introducing my son to you. Like, oh, Chris, I want to get to know your son. Brooklyn, come in my closet.
Come see where I exist.
No, not happening. Sorry, it's just not happening.
But what if there's no partition? What if there's a partition in my closet?
Still not happening.
Leave the door open, Chris. Let him come in the closet with me. Let me show him my closet.
Hold on, let me get my video going. No, it's.
So I've said this story on an old Slant episode from I don't know, last year. But now with the recent coming outs of all the new stories of sex abuse in the church, a lot of priests were named, and a lot of them are local priests. There was a priest there named Father Paddock. He went on after I left high school to become the principal of Farrell. He was the academic dean at C when I was there. And it used to be a treat if you had to go to his office to talk to him or help him grade tests.
By treat. Time out. What do you mean? It was a treat to go. What do you
To
mean
his
by
office.
treat to go to his office to talk to? I don't know what that means.
I'm trying to tell you. Because you got out of class. That was the treat.
Okay.
So you could be like, I need to talk to you. A girl broke my heart. Or you could help him grade people's tests or go over their academic records since he was the academic dean and it got you out of class. But if you sat across from him to do confession, now there's no partition, Chris. There was a desk. But he would go right from the desk and come right up to you. And he would
But was he Was he a swift mover? Like, was he
No, he was a
one
smooth
of these
operator.
like?
He was
Or
smooth.
did he go stand up and then turn around and grab that?
He
and
would
then make a move.
in very
Or
comfortable.
was it like he's like smooth?
He was very smooth. He did stand, and he'd bring
Ooh.
the chair with him, and he'd come up in front of you. But then he would do the final slide, which
Position
Position his-
shuffling. Like
yes, his one knee went directly between your legs.
no,
right.
it went between your legs.
Yes,
Oh.
and then he would put his hand like this on your knee, and he would look. He had these like piercing blue eyes, and he'd stare you right in the eye, and then he would say, "Did you ever see the Shores of France?" And I'd say, "What?" He'd be like, "No, tell me what you had to talk about." And then you would confess whatever, but he never went past that. But that years later,
Did you ever see the Shores of France?
I just threw that in like he was being a creepy
Oh.
pedophile. But years later, when you think back to that, like none of that was appropriate. He didn't touch my privates. He didn't make me touch his privates. But none
You
of
know
that
what the
was
sad part
appropriate.
is?
Maybe I wasn't that weak. Maybe I wasn't like a prey.
I
But
say weak.
there was always stories about other people that went into his office that might have fallen prey to Father Patty.
Do you
Allegedly.
do you even know if you were molested? Because all this shit's coming out with Cosby and all this bullshit, and I'm like, I don't. Did someone touch my dick when I was in high school? I don't even know.
You don't know.
I don't remember.
You begin to question your whole life.
Yeah. I'm like, was I molested? Like, was my dad some crack and jerking me off at the same time? Is that normal?
But now
Is that normal? I mean,
this is what's
I don't
scary.
know.
This is what's scary now. Now we have children, and we're letting them enter into these worlds. And
Oh
you
yeah,
just hope
but
for the best.
your biggest goal is to know when you question your own past, you sit there and you know for a fact you're never gonna have your son or my son, like your own child. You're never gonna sit there and be like, you don't want them to question that. Wait, we're questioning it right now. Like, did it actually happen? Did it not happen?
It definitely wasn't
No.
appropriate.
It definitely. There's a good chance it did happen. I don't know. I don't remember. I wasn't like conscious of it.
You blacked it out.
I don't know. Maybe did I enjoy it? Like I don't know. I went to go grab
That's a
a
question you gotta
little
ask yourself.
communion wafer, and they were awesome because I was working in the church one.
You're like,
one
why?
year.
What is this sticky syrup on the
It's
communion
like
wafer?
communion wafer, and it's like this cuticle deep in my asshole. Hey, listen, Father Carmine, you cool? And the only Father Carmine I know is
Yeah.
from Rocky. That's the only reference I know because I have zero idea of any father.
Mike Bichetti said, "Great job, Sal. What's going on? What's going on, Mike Bichetti?" I was telling Chris about Mike Bichetti before. Good guy. I
Never
dropped.
looked at the camera. Terrible.
You look like you're covered in paint in a Bill Murray shirt.
The chive. It's the fucking chive.
I'm freezing. You're still.
Yeah.
You're hot.
Are you out of your mind?
You got your headphones on.
Hold on, let me see if I got a tricep. Boom.
5 more people.
At ease, Maddie. USAA Bank.
Oh
is
my
here
God,
to
it's
help.
an
We don't
ad.
charge monthly service fees,
Four.
so you have
More money?
USAA. They're actually a bank I use. Do you notice that YouTube does the thing now? It tries to play you 2 ads at once.
No,
You haven't seen that on your phone.
I don't really watch YouTube.
One last question. Do you have a criminal record?
Nothing worth bragging about.
Nothing worth bragging
Would
about.
you be interested in some sort of manual labor?
Well, I got nothing against honest manual labor. It's just I'd like to see if I can make a living sitting down like you're doing.
Can I be honest? No one's
So you
going
putting
to
on-
offer you an office
Trying to play this
without
Rocky
much
clip.
competition.
For some reason, this
Why don't
video
you fight? Read somewhere
so
you're
low.
a very good fighter.
Fuck it. So,
I was supposed to start a job Monday. Said that fucked up business.
union? Or
Yeah.
no?
You know what? Now, like,
Union job or no?
Yeah, union
Oh.
job. I do union jobs, bro. I mean, I looked at a side job at Creek in the Cave today. They want to have their stage cut back for TV production. She never got back to me though when I gave her the price. I don't know if that's good or bad. It's got to
It's
be done
good.
in the day.
The price you gave is terrible.
Well, you think I charge too low?
Yeah.
I lowballed myself.
You have to drive from Staten Island to Long Island City. You have to cut a stage. in half. You have no idea what's underneath that stage. Then put the facial back on. You charge $200. You're out of your fucking mind. You lost $40 right there just on traveling.
I guess you're
Maybe 50.
Time
So
away
by
from
the time
my
you're
family.
done, you do. It's not gonna go smooth, so it's definitely not gonna be 8-hour day. It's gonna be a 10-hour day.
right. I just imagined it was going to go smooth, and I would get it done in 4 hours.
And what? You have a Sawzall?
I was in a bar with saws. I have everything else. I have a skill saw. I got a nail puller.
And if that
got
stage
screws.
and that platform needs to be sit there, you need the edge of it needs to be mounted into the concrete. You have a hammer drill.
This got to be mounted. There's a bunch of fucking. There's probably some stringers under there, a joist. It's a plywood box. It's gonna
Yeah,
cut the
sitting
ends
on
off.
concrete, you meatball.
I'm what?
You have to mount that in. You
I ain't
can't have the
mounting
whole.
shit.
Yeah.
Whatever's there, I'm cutting off a few feet and,
And this is
closing
why I
it back
don't
up.
ask you to come on side jobs.
That's not fair.
Which I should.
That's not fair. You take it back.
I do take it back. I
Thank
would
you.
much rather have you on my side job than the kid I had and suck balls. Yeah, I'm
But,
still there.
So I was supposed to start a job Monday. I get a call. It's a night shift. 5 minutes from here on the Staten Island Expressway. I was like, sure. It's a night shift, 8 to 4 a.m., but it's 5 minutes away. Right? So he tells me this on Tuesday. Thursday, I'm like, what's up with the job? He's like, I'll talk to you later. Friday, I'm like, do I have a job on Monday? He's like, yeah, I'll call you later. Friday night, I get a voicemail. And this is because I'm not forward thinking enough. I should have saved the voicemail. Because it's your classic construction worker calling you. When they call you and they go, Sal, call me back. Like that, you're like, all right, this isn't going to be good. And then it's just quiet for the 10 seconds and he goes, they changed it. It's fucked up. He canceled the night shift. There goes my fucking job.
It's like, Sal, you suck at what you do, and I can't hire you.
No, he called me and he wanted me to work there, but then the company canceled the night shift. And he
I
was
just
like, I
heard
told him this guy's got a family. It's Friday. You telling me now? But on the show, being that you're here now, we're going to be talking about the union a lot. And we're not shitting on it per se. I have a great life because of it. But there's funny things and shitty things about it we're going to talk about sometimes.
There's terrible things.
It's a way of life where it's feast or famine. Some days you're working, some days you're not. Some days you think you have a job coming Monday, which I could have really used because I don't want to be touching my savings. I took a nice little break from work the last month. And then you think you have a job, and at the last second, some Gualafanook calls you up. He's like, Sal, call me back. Oh, it's fucked up, Sal.
Some Gualafanook.
You know what he told me? He came over last night to drop off my certification, and he goes, I was like, so what's up with the job? Might they bring this? He's like, yeah, they might bring the night shift back. Keep your phone on, but I'm telling you, I think they want to hire black people. I was like, dude, I got my 23andMe back. I'm 10% African. Let them see the paperwork.
I am African.
So actually, I think they want to hire black
You
people.
see this diamond in my wife's ring? I went to Sierra Leone and got it myself.
China Construction's the company. CCA, Civil.
Never heard of it.
They're on a lot of, you've heard of them. God.
CCA?
CCA, Civil. It's very important when you add the civil.
Really?
Kearney, New Jersey, the bridges out there, Pulaski, Whip
I never
Pen.
worked out there.
But you're getting your kid behind closed doors back there. You should know CCA. You see the cranes.
No.
All right. I did a
I'm
picket,
serious.
picket duty today. So once a year, we have to do political action where we go out to non-union job sites or even support a candidate of the union's choice and put out flyers and random walker buys. And if you don't do this once a year, they take $500 from you. So you got to get in once a year at least and do it. So I went today, Long Island City, because it worked out with the side job being there. And I get there, 8 a.m., nobody there. I walk in circles. I see this Hispanic dude staring at my carpenter shirt, like eyeing me from the side. And I'm like, please.
Wait, you wearing a carpenter shirt?
Yeah.
See, when I go to that, I do my picket duty. I go in regular clothes.
I was gonna, but I didn't want to show up to the side job. She said she
It's
needed
like
a
I
call.
want to sit there. I do want to represent my union. I really do. But when you sit there and you look at what just how everything folds, how everyone works,
I had to go to the side job after.
No, I get
5
it.
minutes away, and she said she needed
So
a
you
carpenter.
wore your carpenter shirt.
So when I walk in, she sees my shirt. She doesn't gotta go, are you the carpenter? She goes, oh, there he is. There goes my hero.
Here's my problem. Is I had 4 guys on the bridge ask me to put it in the fucking bathroom door. You're not a carpenter.
I'm a carpenter.
No,
I have a card.
you're
says I'm a
not
carpenter.
a carpenter.
I'm a
It's
carpenter.
pathetic. Guys have been in the union for like 20 years asking me to go do a fucking bathroom door because I'm like, what'd you do all these years? Oh, I do form work. I do sheetrock.
Yeah.
You don't level shit. You don't shit like that. No,
I would-
we don't do any of this. No,
We do metal door box commercially. I would put my own bathroom door
metal
in.
bucks
but
don't matter. They're
if-
already level for you.
No, they're not. You got the concrete slab below you. That's all sorts of fucked up.
Exactly.
And you,
And you have this slab of fucking cinder block right behind everything else.
not always. Sometimes there's no wall there. You got to put it up and you
On
start
a on a knockdown knuck buck door.
knock buck.
Yeah,
No,
knuck-
welded door buck.
it's called a knuck buck door to me.
Knock buck.
Knuck buck.
Buck, buck, buck. Cadbury eggs. That's what I say on the job. I walk in and say, "Where's the Cadburys?" Putting them in right now. Watch this.
Watch me fuck all this up right now.
A bathroom door I wouldn't call you for, but like my tile, I'm not a tile guy. I'm gonna fuck it up the first. I haven't
They're
done.
not a carpenter. What's a carpenter? Like,
Am I a
then
floor
what is a
layer?
carpenter?
What is a carpenter?
Yeah.
What is? Oh, you want to know what a carpenter is? I'll tell you
I
what a
wasn't-
carpenter is.
Listen, you have a lot more experience than I do. I only have what 3, maybe 4 years. What do you got?
What I
You
got?
10,
What I got is
6 inches, and
when Gordo walks into a room and says, "Level these dirt walls," and you're like, "How do I do it?" And he says, "Hey man, you a carpenter?"
what do you need? All you need is your toothpick. That fork you had when you were eating lunch. Yeah, just put that in there, and you turn it to the right. It raises it up. Turn it to the left. It closes it down. We're good. No. What's a carpenter?
All right, I wore my shirt to the thing. All right.
What's a carpenter? I know you wore your shirt. Carpenters wear their shirts to sit there and be like,
Oh my God, we have an imminent severe alert, flash flood warning in this area until 10:15.
Oh.
Anyway, I went
you
to
know
the
why
pic-
carpenters wear their shirts?
Why?
And why they're so bright? Because they're fucking useless.
Mine wasn't bright. Mine was blue, and I got it off the international website.
Exactly.
$15. I bought it.
You bought it. The one when you go and actually fucking do your picket duty, you get this neon
I got it today.
high fluorescent fucking. You look like a fucking cone.
I got the green one with the yellow writing, the vomit one.
Yeah,
That's what I got today.
yeah. You know why you get these? Because people suck in the carpenters union. They suck.
You're gonna bash the membership, man. Those are your brothers and sisters now.
Are they?
Yeah.
Not one of them called me for a job in Toledo for.
They call you to put in their
almost
bathroom doors. You just said that.
That was 2 years ago.
I called you for a fucking job in February or March. And that's how we ended up back together again. Back in the saddle. I looked out for Chris Brooks. But you're going to sit here and you're going to insult my pride and say that I'm not a carpenter.
I'm not saying you're not a
You
carpenter.
already said
I'm
that.
asking you to define
The
a
definition,
carpenter. What do you do? Yeah. What do you do?
you build shit.
Clearly you don't. Clearly Joe Conley doesn't.
He's a
These
foreman.
people, yeah, these people don't build shit. They don't know how. What do you build, Sal?
I build walls.
And these walls, what do they hold?
They hold up sheetrock. They ain't load bearing walls.
At least you know what load bearing wall is.
I build fucking tables all day. IKEA tables, working the furniture side of the business all day, making good money, in demand. Call me
Yo,
up.
listen, I am
Sal,
with
get
you.
the chase. I'm there.
You give me that job all day, every day. I would take it any day of the week.
So I go to the picket duty, and they give us a stack of flyers to hand out. They're just shaming the building in
Yeah,
front of
you
us.
know what you do with those, right?
Well, the lady was watching us from the truck, but I noticed something today handing out these flyers. White people and Asian people wanted no part of it. They walked by you and gave you a dirty look. Black people and Hispanic people took every fucking flyer we handed out.
Wait,
They-
you actually handed flies?
Yeah. Whatever power there is to fight, these people were down. Even one of them came up to this Hispanic guy, and he was like, I want to be in the union. I felt for him. I pointed him to the truck. I said, you go talk to that lesbian. She'll get you in.
You told that lesbian.
We're gonna get kicked out of the. We're gonna get summoned to the council. Do you know that they have a court in the union hall for when you like do bad things?
I honestly don't care.
Do you know there's a
I
court?
don't care. Like half of the unions shit-faced drunk, don't know what they're doing. It's
There's a court.
you're
They'll summon
handing
you
out. You're
to.
handing out. We hand out flyers to people who are actually doing work. For people who like me, before I got into the union, who actually knew what the fuck they were doing. I went to the union first day on that bridge. The first words from Gene. Remember Gene?
I remember Gene.
He's like, 1/8 of an inch, don't matter. Get rid of that square.
Well,
The
it's
speed square.
concrete work. You don't need
Like-
to be fucking dead on.
I'm not used to that. That's all I ever known.
There's no time for that. You got
I'm
to
doing
produce.
crown molding. I'm
There's
doing
millions of
cabinets. I'm doing
dollars.
flooring. I do.
Hold on. There's production, millions of dollars. This isn't some fucking house. There's no time for that 1/8
There's
of an inch.
millions of dollars online, right?
Yep.
There's
Time is money.
assholes like you that are in charge.
I'm not in
That's
charge.
the problem.
I'm not in
You're
charge.
never in charge. But
Don't ever
my
tell me
point-
I was in charge. I was never in charge. Here I'm in charge.
I
I was
hold
never
no
in
merit
charge.
whatsoever.
But they're the ones that taught me when I learned concrete. 1/8 of an inch is acceptable. Don't go above that. When I do,
Yeah, but that's
When we're doing
here's
metal-
my problem is all I ever known before I got into the union.
all I ever know.
1/16 of an inch mattered.
When I'm doing the metal dirt walls or floor to ceiling, 1/16 of an inch matters. There I'll do 1/16 of an inch.
Really?
Yes.
So you know that. You understand.
I understand why it can matter, but
No. How to read it. I go on a tape measure.
yes, I know what a 1/16 of an inch is, Chris.
Okay.
I didn't learn that till last year, but I know what a 16th.
That's my point exactly.
In sheetrock,
Because half these motherfuckers don't
because
know,
when
and you don't know, but no one knows
when I was
in
an
the
apprentice,
union. Like this is what you need to do.
when I was an apprentice and I was running sheetrock out at a police academy, and the guy's teaching me sheetrock, if I said 16th of an inch, he'd be like, "Stop wasting my fucking time. Just say
Sheetrock never.
just
That's
say
common sense.
3.5 heavy."
Yeah.
Just say that. And I know heavy means give it a little bit more.
You know
They yell at me, Chris. I was in tears putting in sheetrock as a second-year apprentice. I couldn't get the screw to go in right. I was scared, all right? And I listened to what they taught me.
that's great.
They said the taper's knife will cover 1/2 an inch. I don't care about that fucking 16th. That's what they told me.
And it's true. It will cover it.
It's true. It's fucking true. And when
But
you're
the
in a
fact
man
that you
lib,
need to know, you should
should
know
know.
what it is.
you should know. And when
Time out. You set me up on the job with Anthony, JJ Kern at MoMA.
Museum of Modern Art for everybody outside of
Sorry.
New York.
And you know what?
We
A
get close.
32nd of an inch mattered.
Okay. It can matter.
But if you don't know that, it's bad.
Well, it's good
Tommy,
for you.
your boy Tommy, our boy Tommy.
Our boy Tommy. We're gonna have him on the show.
He
I was just
he's-
scared. He's gonna be a little out of control.
he doesn't know that.
That's the day I need you sober when he's here because he's gonna be out of control.
I am sober. I'm on my third.
You actually sound a lot better. It's like you sobered up.
I'm not drunk.
You what? Before you were just we were talking over each other. Your eyes were this fucking big. Hey, let him in the door at the priest. No. Am I gonna touch my son? I'm gonna touch my son.
I'm in charge of myself.
You are, and now clearly you are. You're like all together. Once the 16th of an inch came up, you just snapped right too.
Give me speed square. It's a wrap.
Put that speed square away. My straight line maker, I need that. That's funny. But yeah, the picket duties, they used to matter when the union had power. She told us today. She pointed that building out. It was a high rise. It's gonna be residential, also business mixed use. And she was like, that new contract that they just signed, which we got massive text messages about. She's like, they signed that pay cut I've been hearing about. She's like, we have no interior work in the outer boroughs. No interior work, the union. None. That's scary. That means all we have left is the mega infrastructure thing. So we need the government to keep investing in the infrastructure to keep us busy, and furniture, which I need to start doing again soon.
Sorry, excuse me. I'm not sure if you noticed.
But you can't.
I'm not sure if you noticed
What?
this. See, I look. You were more or less born and raised into the union. Like you came through the union. I came through. I'm only in for 4 years, so I can never sit there and look at you and feel like when you sit there and you make comments like, "Oh, we don't have no interior work." It's because you guys suck at details.
Stop saying you guys.
Listen, I'm part of it. Listen, I'm part of it. I get it. But there is zero detail when it comes to a carpentry union. 0, 926, 20, 157. You name any fucking number you want to name. It's grunt work. It's fucking grunt work. You look at the iron worker, put that skeleton up, and then we'll sit there and form walls. And that's all you guys do. No one's gonna sit there and actually do base molding. Does anyone even know how to fucking cut base molding?
Where are you putting base molding though?
Interior work. You just sat here and said
not in a commercial setting.
yeah.
No, they got guys for that put in the base, and it's usually
That's my
that rubber
point.
shit.
I know,
but that's their own gig. It's a specialized thing on the inside.
That's my point. Everything's been handed out. Everything that's construction, as far as I'm concerned, is gone.
Well, that's the thing. You're not going to dig a hole either. That's a laborer's job.
Exactly. So
That's their
all
cut
right.
of the pie.
So exactly what I asked you 12 minutes ago. What does a carpenter do?
He uses hand tools to install and build
I'll wait.
partitions and structures made out of
Shit
wood,
that-
metal.
IKEA shit. So
No, and furniture, which has its
Sal,
own little specialties.
when
to
we
it.
were on the 365 job doing a 12-hour shifts,
Yes,
that was putting together IKEA furniture that was upgraded by 12%. That's all it was.
yeah. I bet if you didn't know the system, you didn't know how to do it. Basically, you could just take
Give me the
basic
dirt
carpentry-
system spelled with 2 R's. Anybody wants to look it up, you guys can look it up. But
Do it right. It's
DIRR.
two T's. DIRTT.
Oh, it's 2 T's?
Two
Not
T's.
2
Yeah,
R's.
because it's
Okay.
do it right this time.
This time, yes.
Yeah.
So 2 T's, not 2 R's. Sorry. But it was the tools came with it.
Yeah,
You
'cause
think-
it's meant to
You
be
think
put
Gordo
together.
gave you those hacksaws?
No, I got them off every shipment, and people would steal
every
from me.
ship. Yeah, exactly.
But that system, if you
That-
just went in there,
You're not understanding this. Why
had-
would I pay you? You don't understand this.
because your basic
So-
guy
so
off
why
the
would it-
street can't put that system together. He doesn't know A
But you
to
can,
Z.
and
yes,
you feel-
after doing it a couple times, you learn how you start with this piece. It's like putting together a thing with
my
instructions.
problem with that is I'm paying 60 guys at that package $100 and something an hour.
Yeah, you're
And
that guy,
and
by the way.
Here's the problem.
Yeah,
So listen, I'm part of this crew, and I love it, and I accept it. But I also sit there and look at the downfall of it. It's like this guy don't know how to swing a hammer, doesn't know how to read the instructions, and now you're useless, but you're still here.
because with that,
Here's my problem.
there's a reason why that was like that. Because Chase said, "I have this huge amount of money I have to spend.
I know the
have to
contract
spend
part.
it.
You don't understand.
You
I'm
need
like,
to
I know the contract.
You need
part
to
of it.
have these people here."
Yes, I know the contract part of it. I know why we were there. I know I actually got to sit there and make a shit ton of money. I get that. My problem is that's my last, I'm a carpenter. I'm in the carpenter union. This is what I'm doing?
Yeah, and you're making good money doing it.
Okay. And you're happy, and so am I. But when it doesn't happen no more, now what? You have to actually do real work. Where's the real work? Where is the real work?
Are you saying we never worked hard?
Where's the Where's
the
the real work?
Where's the real work?
Where's the real carpentry work?
When we did the bridges, that was some
Oh,
hard real work. Cutting
I
deck
love
boards
that.
for the Brooklyn
I
Bridge.
love that. Give that back to me. I do it
You
all day
can
long.
get that anytime you want. But sometimes your body, you need a
No,
rest.
and
And I'll take a
I'm
furniture
sorry.
job,
I'm
'cause that's-
sorry. It's my fault. All I ever want, and like I said, when you got me on that job in 365, I love that to be inside. It's hot.
Comfortable.
I listen. I love it. I'll do it all day. I get paid the same rather than be hanging off a bridge. I get paid the same.
But you're
No
running
problem.
all day, though.
No. Are you really running?
Yeah, I was running all day. Here, there, putting fires out. This wall's got to get
Sal,
done.
you run you just run regardless. That's just you. Was I running? I worked hard. But you know what? It was air conditioned. I was cool. Like it was nice. There was no sun beating on me.
Yeah.
You had your breaks. Listen, long hours. That's whatever. Put on Gothel's Bridge, and you're sitting there on the JLG, and you're sitting there like, all right, it's my 10th hour. I'm up 120 feet. Like, shit's annoying. Working nights, switch. No. It's great. My problem is the skill set. So you were putting in pretty much IKEA furniture,
Mhm.
and now you went from a bridge. We formed out shit for a bridge. Then we went from a bridge to IKEA furniture. And from that point, it's like, now my next job, I have to sit there and do what?
whatever needs to be done. This is the thing, hospitals want those IKEA furniture systems,
What-
right? So that's where the work needs to be done. Somebody's
Yeah,
got to
without
do
doubt.
it. Why not us? Why not us? When Chase wants all these new tables that are ergonomically good for their workers that raise up and stuff, and it's putting the pieces together, and then it's a little switch that makes them go up and down. You put
Listen,
the wires.
no,
in.
it's-
Why not?
It's a great gig. My point is being a carpenter in the carpentry union.
If you went,
This ain't carpentry. I remember like watching my grandfather sitting there tell me like and show me how to use a skill saw. A regular, simple, circular skill saw. That shit doesn't happen no more.
they teach that in the school. I mean, I didn't really learn it until I was on a
Yeah.
concrete job.
I'm
'Cause I
telling you
didn't-
right out. No one. That school is.
I hear you.
I don't want to say. I'm not going to say it's useless, but it's another gig for them for the union to get money. Same way the church sit there coming Sunday.
Well, it's
you want
'cause
money? It's
The
they
government.
don't sit there.
You have to
these-
have an apprenticeship program. You have to have
to.
interns.
Yeah,
basically.
you have to. You have to. But have these guys that come out? Nobody wants apprentice, and nobody wants anybody coming from the hall. That's why I hate putting my name on the hall.
This
I'm
is
sorry, my wife. I love you, but
This
I
is-
hate putting my name.
well. You
in
go
the
out
hall.
and
I
you
hate
make
it.
money other ways.
No one wants.
I've got some good gigs in the hall. I got some shit gigs in the hall. I rarely.
No,
use
but
the
every
hall.
time you come on the job, everyone's like, "What'd you call from?" Hall? It's like, oh,
Well, I rarely use the hall. I go by networking. That's
Yeah.
how you know you're half decent, is if you network.
Yeah.
So it comes down to the individual. When I started as an apprentice, even though my dad did this, my dad's an excellent carpenter. He's a carpenter. He could build this house. Like you could build this house.
I could build the house.
He never taught me any of that stuff, but he got me into the union or helped me guide my way into the union. I got into the union. I didn't know shit. And I was a shitbag back then. When I came back from the army and I started my career up again, I had a different frame in my head of how I want to do life. And this is going to be my career. I learned everything that I could. I'm still learning. I'm still learning every day. Every time I go to a new place, I've
You'll never
done-
stop learning, and when you're in the carpentry field.
That's the thing is, you
will
know way more
never,
than me.
Never.
I learned in this house when I open up walls
Yeah.
and just do shit. That's where I
You never
I
stop
learned
learning, and on top of that, just remember this, and that's for all my carpentry people. Every day, there is 4 or 5 ways to do something right. You can sit there and screw a fucking stud in 3 or 4 different ways, and you're still right. You'll still hold the same,
but there's still
bear the same weight.
there's faster ways and slower ways.
There's union ways, there's non-union ways. But let's get off that shit. I don't want to talk about carpentry work.
You want to know why I stayed with the union though? Even when I had my doubts and stuff, I went to jobs and people liked how I worked, and then they kept calling me, and I had a lot of people who were willing to teach me things that I didn't know, and they were very patient with me. But when I had house framing class, sanitation was hiring me like in the next few weeks from that. I was just finishing my apprenticeship. That week, from doing concrete, I was decent at wood framing, and we put up our house, at least the first floor. I had to go make up a day the next week because I missed a Wednesday to go to sanitation training. And I came back in and I was talking to the teacher. It was a house like you. He was non-union house framer from California. And then he came to New York. He kicked ass because we need more skilled people like you and him in the union. Kicked ass. Now he's teaching at the school of house framing. And he said, "Are you really going to go to sanitation?" I said, "Yeah, well, there's always the risk. The union goes down and also getting laid off every once in a while when a project ends, the downtime with that." He said, "Look," he pointed at his class. I didn't have to do any work that day because I was already in the previous class. He said, "By Wednesday, it's Wednesday. You guys had your whole first floor up. Look at competition." And it was just the subflooring. That's it. And I said, maybe I do have a shot at this, you know?
But now you're sitting there, that's only a class. You're in a class of what, 30 kids?
Yeah, but it was a guy I really respect who's proficient telling me, you're half
Listen,
decent.
I would tell you the same thing.
He's telling me I'm
but,
half decent.
but when you also told me that you're going to pass up on the job when we work at nights and we were up on the diaphragms 100 feet in the air, I told you you were retarded.
A lot
for
of
not
people
taking the
do.
sanitation job.
But think about this. One, where was I in life? I just made full pay, and I have to start from the bottom again at low pay. Number two, I do enjoy when we complete projects like that we get to look at and go, I put my sweat into that. Instead of throwing a garbage can out for 20 years, I take pride in my work. I make my own schedule, and I do have a life today because of it. And you can get to a position where you could take it easy eventually. You go, okay, what do you do when the union goes away? For the people who get shielded by the union, yeah, I guess you're right. somebody like me, I say that because I'll still figure out how to do this work somewhere. I bust my ass somewhere, even if I'm not as good as somebody or as knowledgeable. They can put me to use doing something. I'm sure. I need to make.
Oh no, I'm hiring you in my next side job, which is
I
coming
need-
up in probably 2 days.
What I need for the long run is benefits, healthcare in this, because I live in this country, and a pension to retire on. That's why I don't want the union to go away. Because that's the scary thing is
Yeah, but the
workers'
city
rights.
job. But think about it. The city, everything you just mentioned.
The city job has. No, you're
the
right.
city job, it has that, and all you're doing is throwing away garbage.
You're right, but that's
you don't
why
you don't have random assholes, and you don't have the fact that I just came. Oh, you came from Gothels Ridge, and now you go to do another job, and then guess what? Any new job you start, you have to sit there, and it's not like it's Sal, it's Chris. No, it's you have to sit there and prove yourself again, and it's every day, every new job you step
but
foot on. You have to sit there and you have to
like
prove.
you said though, if you're good and you're proficient in your work,
Yeah,
you
but
will
if you're
prove
good,
yourself.
doesn't matter. Like I have to still just because I'm good doesn't mean anything. Because I walk into a job, it's Sal. That's Sal's your foreman. Yeah, but Sal has XYZ over there. Those are your boys. They can suck. They can suck ass.
But they're your boys.
You're my foreman. Those are your boys. I can shit on your boys.
But that's how it's.
Guess what? I get fucked in the end.
Yeah,
And
but
that's my
one
problem.
day when you're at this 4 years.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, even though I'm in the union 10 years, I'm only gonna say I'm at this 4 years since I made journeyman. I'm starting to work for people who are our friends, where we're their boy. I still have to work for them though, so they don't look bad.
Oh, without a
But
doubt.
eventually, we'll get to a point where one of us is going to be in a better position, and we're going to be each other's boys, and we're going to get the job done. It just takes time. My father was a foreman for how many years? He had his boys. He was somebody's. But you just keep working. Eventually, you get there.
I want to hang out with your father.
He's a good guy.
Where is he?
He lives in Jersey,
Where in Jersey?
in Piscataway. Piscataway. He was here the other day.
He's
But-
deep.
You know what he did eventually? After 20 years more with his company, straight, making them all their money, change in leadership happened, like you said. Somebody else got favor. They told him to sit home for like 3 days. And he said, fuck you. He put his resume in with all his years of experience, like all your years of experience, which you'll have even more in 20 years. And he gave it to be a site super. And now he's the head super at fucking LaGuardia for his company.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. Because instead of the kids that come out of college who know shit, who fight with the trades, don't know how to plan anything, from his on-site experience, he went from DeMattis to now the company he's with. I've been on jobs with him where he was the super, and people will come up to me and they'd be like, your father is the fucking greatest. And people would say, why don't you go work with your father? Because I have so much more to learn that I wouldn't want to disrespect, like, how much they respect him because of what he knows. I don't want that position.
And you
just
don't
'cause-
want him to baby you and
Yeah.
be like, oh, it's my son. He's okay to fuck up.
That's how I
You
ended up.
put him in a bad place. You put yourself in a bad place.
And I put him
as
in
far-
bad places when I was new and I got my
That's
start.
fine. But
But
I
when
mean, that's his son.
I got you with JJ Curran. I got with JJ Curran because one time it was hard up. My dad got me with them.
They cannot stop talking about how good your father is. They only praised you because of your father.
Probably.
And it's not a bad thing. I'm just saying that because that's the way Anthony is.
And I gotta tell you, he used to be
But that guy could definitely get punched in his
he
mouth.
would definitely
hands
argue with
down.
my father unnecessarily, and I used to watch it.
Yeah, and
A lot of egos.
I've watched that. I have had at working at once you got me on a job, working on the floors. I have literally watched 3 or 4 guys come to me while I'm on my knees, like, how the fuck do you work with this guy?
That's why mom,
How the fuck do you work with
and
this
that's
guy?
what's crazy because times are okay right now.
They're
Work's
like, dude, it's
busy.
like we hang out, but these are guys that hang out on lunch, like we chill. These guys like they whatever they blaze whatever, but we come back and they're the most chill guys. Like they're skillful. I'm talking about a glacier, 2 glaciers, and 2 laborers that are on call for Anthony, and still talk shit about him. Like he just came at you like that.
which is why when they'll go good about me. At least they're cool with me and they don't hate me.
No,
And they call me to go work for them, and I said no because I don't want to work like that. But if times are hard, I probably would take it. But I sent you over there, and you had issues too. But people got to deal with it.
oh, listen, I have no issues with.
I
work.
chose not to deal with it when I was off
Yes.
the job. I never quit though.
I have no issues with it, with the actual work.
No.
Going there during the like sitting there and like explaining to my wife like
It's stressful.
it's a guy that like I'm gonna get off my knees and I'm gonna punch you in the mouth because you think you're that cocky. And the guy, when Anthony turned around one day, he turned around and he was like, if anybody wants to leave, I have a checkbook inside my shanty.
Was that his way of asking you to stay for overtime?
I don't know. So he turns around one day, he's like, you have to get this done. I said, no problem. I'll get it done. This is at 12 o'clock. He comes to me at 3 o'clock. He's walking around with the super. He's standing on the flooring that I need to do. And he looks at me. He's like, Brooks, really? This is all you got fucking done? I was like, they're pouring cement and the pallets. Like I'm literally in between the glass, a pallet, and I have maybe a foot and a half, and I'm not small, and I'm sitting there trying to put planks of wood in. He's like, "That's all you-" and he got on his high horse.
He's such a short man.
He got on his high horse, and in front of the supervisor Harry, Chinese guy, and he was,
Too
and I
short,
was
man.
on my knees, and he sat there. He's like, "Are you fucking kidding me? This is all you fucking put down? I sat you here since 8 o'clock." I stood up. I said, "Aunt, I was here since, I don't know, 1 o'clock. I don't know who you're talking to." I was like, but if you want me to grab my check now, because I know you have checks in your shanty, you can grab me my check now. I was like, he's like, if you want to leave, then you leave. I was like, I'll leave. Just give me my check. Because you were confident. You you were the man about that. You had, give me my fucking check, then I'll leave. Or I'm going to slap you in the fucking face. I'm not even hit you. You're the biggest pussy. Like that dude, like I can't stand it. The supervisor, Harry,
Did he say, "Well, hop on"?
he turns around. He's like, "Oh my god!" He's like, "You were crazy." I'm like, "Why am I crazy?" He's like, "You talk to him like that?" I'm like, "Yeah." Who is he? I was like, "Who is he? Are you serious? Who the fuck is
Who
he?
is he?
Who is he?
Who is he?
That's not my dad." What the fuck? I was like, no one. You're not gonna talk to me like that.
Even if he was my dad, I beat him
Next
up too.
day comes in. He's like, Brooks, yo, listen, we had words. We didn't have words. You decided to say some shit. He turns around. He's like, I'm sorry.
Oh, all right, that's big of him.
Uh,
He owned his
it's not-
shit. He said,
But it's
"I'm
not
sorry."
big. That's my problem. This is all union. This is my problem. It's all union guys.
That
You
doesn't
feel
ha-
like you feel like you're empowered to this. Like that's my biggest
I
beef.
feel
My
like
biggest
he-
beef is like you feel like you own me, and you don't.
I feel
Because
like
when you go home, when you go to fuck home, and you hang out with your son, and you hang out with your wife, you're no different than I am. I'm sitting here. I'm your pawn. You can be a king. I'll be your pawn. You tell me how to move. I'll be a chess piece. That's fine. Don't be a dick to me because at the end of the day, I will break your fucking face, and I have no problem
but
with
it's
that.
not like that on non-union jobs.
It's not. I'm not
Ever.
just saying it's not. Sorry. No, it is. But you get that non-union job right now. I'm punching myself in the dick right now for a job I'm on because of who I had to be, like who I had to hire. If I had you to hire,
Why didn't you have me to hire? I've been out for like a fucking month. Chris,
dude, I wish I had you to hire. But it was my boy's basement who got me into the union, and I had to use his boy.
I got you. Whatever. The point is, you say that guys have it a lot easier in the union, right? That guy is the slave driver that you just talked about. And he's a union foreman, but I feel like he's more of a non-union guy because they come
He's not
down.
a union
They come down from Albany. They don't really work with the union here.
They don't
sign
do
on-
shit. No. Oof. I just burped, and that's terrible.
Guys have it hard in the union too. But the thing with the union is you're supposed to have some kind of dignity and not be pushed around, which a lot of times you are. Not be slave driven. Sometimes you are. Sometimes you have to do that. Try to find a better way as a working man to have a body at the end of it, to have dignity, pride, and to have a good life. That's the whole point. It's a very socialist idea, and I'm not a socialist guy, but I believe in that. I believe in that you should have some health. You should not be broken at the end of it, and you should have a living wage. What I have right now, the American dream. It's not a big house, but it's a house. I have a pension. What's the American dream?
What, a house?
To just live relatively comfortably. With
Well,
your
we
family.
are.
We're well fed.
We are.
We're both getting fat.
I'm
You're
so
drunk
fat.
off 2 rosés. It's a good life, Chris.
It's almost 2.5. There's one downstairs. It's not on camera.
Before we wrap this up, what do you want to talk about? You had some stuff on your phone. You had some topics.
I had cuticle deep.
That's
Like,
just the
when you-
phrase, okay?
No, it's not a phrase.
Was there a story behind it?
Yeah.
Well, what happened?
All right. So when you shit,
Yes.
I'm a big. When I shit,
We just had like 45 minutes of some deep, and they're like, all right, let's take it. When you shit, go ahead. When I shit.
I'm sorry. So we won't talk about it.
No, I want to talk about it.
Okay.
We're
So-
not too proud to talk about certain things in the show. You can listen to some
So
old
when-
episodes. There was a
when-
segment called Baby Blowjobs. My wife hated it. She used to be on the show at the time. She stopped being on the show because we just kept going back and forth about baby blowjobs. And it wasn't about a baby blowing you. It was you blowing a baby and how to do so. It was just an improvised riff we were doing.
The baby's even like produced
No. I don't want to upset her and get into that right now.
Sorry,
but
Lisa.
we've done these kinds of things. So
Okay.
when you're taking a shit, go ahead.
You take a shit. For me, I'm very I don't know. Every time I shit, I would shower. I would shit and shower That was
All the
me.
time?
all the time.
You lie. What about when you're at work at a porta potty? Where you
I
shower?
have baby wipes.
Okay, that's not a shower. I use.
No. But first date with my wife, I shit. I would go and
You
like,
left her
just
at the
dating.
restaurant to shower.
No, I didn't shit. I held it in. If I had to shit at the house, which I had to one time, and
You
like
held it.
shit. No, I went in the bathroom, shit, and then I went to go shower.
Whose house is it?
Hers, her apartment.
So you're on a first date at her house.
Not first date. It had to be second,
Okay,
third.
relatively early.
Yeah,
you're not
it was
farting in
like-
front of each
yeah,
other
Yeah,
yet.
exactly.
Nobody's been asked
There's
to
no
bring a
farting.
toothbrush.
There's no burping.
And not only do you shit, she hears the shower go on in the other room. And she's like, "Is he in my shower right now?"
Yeah, and I shit and I
What did you tell
shower
her?
and I let her know right up. Put my hand on the leg.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, listen.
Like Father Paddock.
If I shit, I have to shower.
No matter where we are, could be on an airplane.
I have left her at a house, not a house, but left her at my brother's or her brother's. Our brothers live like 4 houses away in Jersey. If I shit at one house, I'm going to shower at the other house. I just now,
Just use baby wipes, like you said.
but listen, toilet paper is like rough constructions. That's like the demo work, and then baby wipes is like finishing. That's the clean, like
Yeah.
that's carpentry, like real deal carpentry work. Like
What is a carpenter? Go ahead.
you don't even know what it is.
I give you
So
a
now-
definition after the 4th time you asked.
So now when I go in the shower, she's like, "Why do you go in the shower?" It's like you have to go cuticle deep. I'm like, you can't just rub your asshole like the surface.
You have to get in there.
You have to go cuticle deep. So everyone knows that's the cuticle right there.
Make a line on the paint. So you
Have to go cuticle deep in your asshole to have it
so
clean.
why don't you do that with the baby wipe? You're not gonna shower for that. You have to have
I-
running water to insert your finger in your ass?
I'd rather the running water. Because you eat peanuts or corn, something like you need to flow out.
All right. When you finger your asshole, you prefer running water. I don't subscribe to this theory. I wipe until there's nothing left, and I use baby wipes,
Okay.
especially when I'm home. But when I was 16, I was working at Twisters on New York Lane. It's now like a sushi place. It was a 50s, 60s, and 70s restaurant. I had to dress like it was a whole thing, but it was a mob front because the place was doing great. Then all of a sudden they just shut it down and moved to another restaurant. All right, they owned a place in Brooklyn called the Blue Claw or something like that. Oh, I knew I'd ring your bell with that, Chrissy Brooks. So it was the same guys. So I'm a little 16-year-old busboy, and after the shift, I'd wait at the bar with the owner, whose name was Anthony, and classic
No,
old school
Anthony,
Italian guy. And
Anthony, really?
one of the no, what are the
No.
chances? There was an Anthony, a Tony,
Joey, Mikey, Anthony. That's all you got. You got.
So he's sitting at the bar, and I don't know if he was just enjoying his little drink and he was getting a little loose. He was like, "Sally, what did he say? Oh no, he was telling me how to eat ass. He said, "You got a rim, poke," and he kept doing that. But his partner, this guy Richie, was another mobby guy. He was like, "When I wipe my ass, I put my finger up there. You got to do it." He's telling me the same thing. Cuticle Deep. Some people subscribe to Cuticle Deep.
I go to Cuticle Deep. That's just my.
It's a bit much.
No,
You get all
what do you mean?
emotional when you do it.
No, I love it.
I don't think you
I
need to
know,
go
I
that
know,
far.
I know for a fact I come out with a clean asshole.
But why stop there? What about past Cuticle Deep? Then there's still shit up there.
No, then I'm losing my elbows. I'm losing fucking
But there's
my
still
Fitbit.
shit. There's still shit then.
Yeah.
Like, how far is too far, Chris?
No, this far. Your anus will cut it off.
Why Cuticle Deep, though? What happens in that inch? That's like
It's half
an
inch.
inch. What happens in that
It's a
half,
half
inch?
an inch.
That's the first thing I learned as a carpenter. Up to the first knuckles, an inch, if you don't have a tape measure. Some guys don't even have that. They have to learn how to use a skill saw. That's going to be the name of this episode. Cuticle Deep.
But you go Cuticle Deep. It's because I can't imagine you go in the shower and you sit there and you just like you can't surface clean nothing.
Yes, you can.
You can't. Yeah, I can't take your phone and go like this.
Yeah, you can.
No, that's not clean.
You know what I do?
And you know what the problem is? Like if you want like a blowjob, if you want to get sexual, it's to me that's
Yeah.
it's not to me that's not clean.
You're not 100%. There's
No,
not a tag
it's
on your
not.
thigh
It's
that
not.
says certified.
It's not warranted. Like if you're gonna go do something and be freaky, it's like
So you just
I can't sit there and spread my legs and be like, damn, I didn't go Cuticle Deep.
Just don't
It's not gonna happen.
just don't touch my asshole. Like, so you
But
gotta,
why would you not want your asshole touched?
I don't go there. I know I heard it feels good. I don't go there.
No, I'm not saying that mine is.
So
what I'm
before you
saying
get
is like,
freaky, you gotta have a tag on it that says certified Cuticle Deep, USDA inspected. I don't know. I think it's a little too far. There's no need for it. I think I respect it. I know it's clean. I just think it's unnecessary.
I don't respect the fact that you didn't go Cuticle Deep, so you still have like you.
Why would I
there's
need
still
to?
time. Listen,
Who am I helping?
you're
with this?
still.
Who am I helping?
There's still a good chance you have skid marks on your.
No, there's
on
not.
Yes,
Because I wiped until there were no more skid marks.
but when you showered, no.
You know, when I shower, I take the shower head and I put it on the highest pressure. You know, it gives you that strong beam of water. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
And I just shoot that up there for a few minutes. I go around the rim, spray it all out like a power washer. Like
Yeah.
when you power wash your house, you go Cuticle Deep in your siding when you power wash your house? No, it's good enough. We're at an hour and a half. Oh, man. Regina joined. What? The people were watching. God, I wonder what point some of these people, when it says they joined the live stream, what they joined into, what we were talking about. I hope it's during the union stuff.
I really don't.
All right. I'm going to wrap this up. Everybody, thanks for listening. At Brooks517, at Sal Cola Comedy, at Slant Show. It's on the board right there. At Slant Radio on YouTube. We're on all the podcast apps. I'm going to try to get another one of these done next week. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for listening. Thanks, Chris, for coming down. And we will see you guys presumably next week. All right. We're ending the live video on Facebook. We're ending it on YouTube.